Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is June 14th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla, Palantir, Nvidia, and a bunch of other things from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions, but I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. First, let's take a look at the FOMC meeting that ended today. So the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System voted unanimously to approve the establishment of the primary credit rate at the existing level of 5.25. So this was what was expected, that there would be a pause in the past increases for the primary credit rate. There has been a pause. And Powell said that he could see in the future interest rates at up to 5.6%, but he said that there are other things that they have put in place that have a lag into them, so they are just going to wait to see if further effects are going to be seen by these already implemented solutions. So there's a bit of a lag, and because of this, he has decided to maintain the interest rates as they were. So this should be helping the stock market. Not that the stock market is needing much help these days, but this cannot hurt. So Tesla is down $1.92. That's 0.74%, closed at 256.79. Post-market, we are down by 20 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So as we are still in our bullish channel, this big bullish channel right here, and because of the day-to-day, things were a little bit decided. Maybe we should go to the 1 hour chart right away. So we opened a little bit higher than where we closed yesterday, and then we trended down a little bit. And then at 1:30, things started to get really antsy and people were afraid. The stock fell a little bit. Look at where it stopped. Look at where it stopped. It stopped at 250, which was a resistance that we had in the past. So it stopped at 250 and then bounced back within the hour. Then in the second to last hour, it has recuperated almost everything it had lost, but caved down a little bit towards the end of the hour. And then on the last candle, we have a long wick at the bottom, so showing us that we have some buying pressure that is still present. In terms of the indicators, we had less stochastic over 60 on the 1 hour chart on the 1:30 candle, but then it recovered pretty good. MACD, you know what I think about this one. RSI is still good at 62 and the MI is still good. Let's go back on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we are still pretty much right smack on the middle of our bullish channel. We have a long wick at the bottom here, and we still managed to make a higher high today. It's not only the color of the candle that is important, the open and the close, which one is above the other, but also how far up we are going. So I like to see a candle where we are going a little bit higher in terms of the highs. So we'll see what tomorrow has in store for us, but we don't see much negative impact because of what happened today. And even though, yes, we closed a little bit lower than where we closed yesterday, as I said, we still managed to make a higher high and we have a longer wick at the bottom also. We are getting very close to our resistance at 365.32. We should be expecting some slowdown at some point. I know I'm tiring because I say this all the time, but this is what's supposed to happen when we are getting closer and closer to resistance right here. But before it happens, we should not jump the gun. We should not really jump the gun. If we follow a pattern, and when we see a pattern, we enter, then we need to have a corresponding pattern, maybe not exactly the same pattern, but we should have a pattern for when we want to sell. And it's okay to have a pattern that is a little bit tighter for the selling part. It's okay to do that because, as I mentioned in the past, we should be expecting at some point to get out of the bullish channel and then start to do a congestion zone. And then at some point, we are going to break that congestion zone, and then without stochastic over 60, we should be able to sell at this point. But then this part here is a little bit lower than this part. So instead, when you want to sell, you could decide, okay, I'm going to sell as soon as we get outside of the bullish channel. So maybe going outside of the bullish channel is going to be at the top of the congestion zone. And if it does something like this and then breaks it, you are going to be a little bit happier than if you sell here at the exit at the break of the support of the congestion zone. So it's impossible to know in advance exactly which strategy is going to be best in terms of selling. Is it going to be getting outside of the bullish channel? Is it going to be getting outside of the congestion zone that is coming afterwards? We cut things before the other. We could move down within the channel. This channel here is pretty tight. In this channel, it might not happen, but when you have a bigger channel like this, you can have the stock do something like this and then do something like this and then get out, and the congestion zone will effectively be here. And then if it goes down here, getting outside of the bullish channel or getting out because we have broken support is going to be pretty much the same thing. But sometimes, and I repeat, sometimes we are going to get outside of the bullish channel, then we are going to go lower afterwards, and then we are going to have a congestion zone. I am not here to tell you what to do. If you want somebody to tell you what to do, well, you should go someplace else. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that because we have different financial goals. If you sell right now, are you making a mistake? If you sell right now without any reason, are you making a mistake? Technically, you are not making a mistake. If you entered Tesla in our very clear buy signal, then you have a lot of money in the bank. You could have bought at 180 something, and then this is at 256 right now. It does not hurt to sell. It does not hurt to sell and take a profit. It does not hurt to do that. If you want to try to maximize the amount of money you are making, if you maximize and if you try to maximize things in life, this is going to be a never-ending project because it takes a lot of work to maximize everything. So to maximize the move up, minimizing the losses, then you need to do a lot more work and figure things out a little bit more. But there is nothing wrong to sell right now. I see my role as to tell you a little bit what I see in terms of the patterns, in terms of the indicators, and then you decide what to do. So I'm the meteorologist that will say there's a 30% chance of rain. Then you can still go out camping if you want to because you have a great tent. Or you can still decide to go camping because you have a $1 million RV. And if you have a very shady tent, then you might not decide to go camping. Everybody has a different circumstances. This is why I always say, do your own research and make your own decisions. Let's look at our indicators. So rant is over. So let's take a look at our indicators. Stochastic at 95, so super strong stochastic. MACD super great. RSI is still way overbought, and that's fine with us. And the MI is still super great. Let's take a look at some Tesla news. So we have Tesla Cybertruck spotted with camouflage starts rumor. Personally, I think it looks extremely good. To me, I think it looks very nice. Most likely this is a wrap. Okay, let's take a look at Palantir. So Palantir is down 9 cents, 0.56% down, closed at 15.91. Post market, we are pretty much even Steven. Yeah, maintaining itself quite well. We have a long wick at the bottom, almost no wick at the top, or a smaller wick at the top. In terms of indicators, everything is great. We are still overbought in Palantir, and we are still in our bullish channel. This is what we are looking at. We are still in our bullish channel, so nothing to see here. Nvidia, look at this guy here. So after we broke 406 yesterday, we have broken 406.52.62, which was the first resistance out of the two. And look at what happened today. We even broke the second one. In retrospect, what did we learn with this thing here? We have learned that it was pretty much impossible to predict this big move here because a move like this is not a pattern. This is a really step change in what happened with Nvidia. And what happened was that they had an 18% jump in earnings, a surprise. Also a 10% surprise in revenue. This is not something that technical analysis is helping us with. It's not helping us with that. What it is helping us with is finding a pattern. So here we did not know what Nvidia was going to do. Was it going to continue like crazy? Was it going to come down and fill the gap? And fill the gap, the people that like gaps to be filled, this is all fine and dandy to have a gaps filled, but we never know when and we never know if it will be filled. And this is a great example. So what we did after this big jump here is that we just looked at what was happening with Nvidia. And then we started to see a pattern. We started to see that Nvidia was making lower highs, but it was staying pretty much still on the lows. And then we had a break of downward resistance. This was the first de-risking of Nvidia to go along. Then we had a break of a horizontal resistance, and we also had stochastic over 60. So we had our three criteria. So we were pretty much de-risked into going long with Nvidia, and look at what is happening. We are up $19.75, that's 4.81%, closed at $429.97. And post-market, we are up by $3. So this one is on a tear. And yes, technical analysis did not help us for this part here, but it sure is helping us for this entry here. I feel like I have to defend technical analysis from time to time. So VIX, VIX is down 0.73, down 5%, closed at 1387. Perfect. So perfect. What happened with the FOMC surely helped decrease the fear in the market. QQQ is going higher. Dow Jones pulling back a little. S&P 500 going higher by 0.08%. That's not a lot. Nasdaq is going higher. We are still in this bullish channel. It should go higher. It should zigzag between the two, but this is one big zag. It zigged right here, and now it's zagging very slowly to the other side. We never know within a congestion zone how fast is the zigzag going to be. I tend to draw it very fast like this, but sometimes it's not fast. Sometimes it goes super slow from one side to the other. This is a really nice swing, and sometimes we have very short swings. Gold hanging on by a thread at 1508. Silver, okay, silver, I'm a bit surprised by this. We seem to be continuing a little bit on this support right here, and we are getting close to, no, we have stochastic precisely at 60, and we are just a little bit outside of this downward channel. So really, this one is having a hard time deciding what it wants to do. And because of this today, I am really tempted to create a double resistance kind of thing, because this is looking here way too much as a resistance. Before being played a little bit and being zigzagged by this, I would put a second resistance, so that we should wait for that second break in order to be a bit more sure that things are going in the right direction. You can still buy right now if you want to, but it's a little bit safer to wait for that second resistance. Bitcoin is showing signs of weakness right here, breaking 25,247 during the day, but recovered a little bit. Stochastic is at 7. This is hanging there by a thread. And Ripple. So Ripple was doing a lot better than Bitcoin, but now we have this big break of its bullish channel. So this bullish channel is officially broken, and we broke one horizontal resistance at the same time. And we were stopped by the second one here at 0.477. And we have lost stochastic over 60, so watch out for this. Watch out for this. If we break 0.477, then we are gone. At least down to 0.43. And US dollar also weakening again more. We have closed officially below this support right here. We have no stochastics. This one is a goner as far as we are concerned. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.